Oh, it's stupid o'clock in the morning. Hello. Yes, my first proper day back training today. God knows why. It's too cold and it's too early, and now my neck's broken. I can't play anymore. But I want to. I do actually want to get back in the gym. Hence why I'm up at stupid o'clock. Yesterday was our first frozen night here in Birmingham. First kind of proper freezing day. Today it's a little bit milder. It's damp outside. So again, a different challenge for the Transalp, but one that I'm sure it will eat up in its stride. I'm looking forward to getting back on this issue. It's a great bike to ride in the kind of wet and cold, because you can have a lot of fun in it without really having to push it to the limit. It is very easy to ride. Not as easy to ride as the V Strom, but a little bit of challenge. It's different strokes for different folks. So I'm going to get on, get to work, and yeah, this is my last day on the Transalp before I take the V Strom back to street bike tomorrow. So I'm going to have some fun on it later, and I'll see if I can't get some good onboard footage. Wicked. See you in a bit. Okay, first impression, it feels more sprightly, more nimble. The engine sounds a little bit more industrial, but it's got a little bit more torque. I like it. Right then, another day, another dollar done. It was a hard day at work. Played some wicked tunes in the rock and rollers this morning. Now time to get back on the Transalp. I thought I'd do a little bit of a sound test for you. As I mentioned, it doesn't have that quite throatier sound as a V Strom, but it's quite plucky nonetheless, and the torque on it is amazing. Let's do a little bit on the readout dial. As you can see, nice electronic dial there. Needs a bit of fuel at the moment. Well, it depends on it's resetting. And a simple rev counter. You've pretty much got everything in that nice, easy space, which I do quite like. Very simple. Obviously, heat grips, massive advantage. 5 different settings there, which is really cool. I have it on the full one for the moment. Everything else is where you expect it. Hand guards. You can have top box. You can have side box. Generally, it's just a pretty damn good bike. I've really enjoyed riding this for the last few days. I'm now going to nip on this quickly back home, and then that's pretty much me done with it. I'm on the V Strom tomorrow, taking it back to street bike, and then it'll get picked up on Friday. So I'll give you my final opinions when I take it in to Brindley Honda to have a chat with Lee and Kev about exactly what I liked about it. But yeah, I suppose there's a comparison piece between this and the V Strom. What I probably like for each of them, and they're very different, although they're the same, if you know what I mean. This one is sprightly, quicker, more nimble, seems to have a little bit more juice there, but in the same way, on the flip side, the V Strom is therefore more comfortable, easier to ride on long journeys, and if I was going to use it as a full-on commuter, that would probably be the one. If I wanted a bike for some fun on, that I was going to ride every day but not do stupid amounts of miles on, then this would be the one, the Transalp. So actually, that's my summary. So I'm off home now. Last day on the Transalp, done and dusted. I've got some cool onboard footage which you will get to see, and yeah, and I'm going to a gig tonight to watch Tongue, an electro folk band. Rock on. Ride safe, my friends. So, as a final piece between these two great bikes, Suzuki V Strom 650, or DL 650 as it's known, Honda Transalp 700, both twins, both kind of obviously enduro bikes that you could pretty much take around the world. I just wanted to make a couple of clarifications on a couple of points. I'm saying obviously this is a bit more sprightly, it's a bit, got a little bit more acceleration, a bit more punch, a little bit more nimble in the corners. I'm saying that one's a bit more of a Tourer. Don't get me wrong, it's not like a Tourer compared to a Tourer. I'm just saying compared to this bike, it's a little bit more. The 650 is still very still responds. It's got a great engine. It's just, I think that gives the impression of being slightly bigger, slightly more comfortable, while this gives the impression of almost being like the little upstart brother of it. Obviously, different companies. You can just rev this and let the clutch slip, and just like you sound like a nutter, and you feel like a hooligan. You feel like you're on a trial bike on Kickstart. That one, you can still have just almost as much fun, I'd say, but a more kind of relaxed style of riding, if you know what I mean. So they are two, I'd say, very different bikes, even though they are very similar. It just depends, as with every bike, and this is a key thing, and people always speak to bikers, and they get really angry. Oh, how do you like that bike when it should be like this? You don't like that, this one's technically better. And it's like, well, do you know what? To me as a rider, so when I went to the bike show the other day, it was wicked seeing all these new bikes and that, but what's the point of having these lovely bikes that you can't ride? I'm not going to sit there and look at 400 different exhausts and go, oof, wow. Because I want to get on a bike and feel the passion that's gone into it. And both of these bikes have left me with the biggest smile on my face. And I think any bike out there in the world nowadays, you are looking simply to find the right one for you. If you want a full-on nutter bike, don't go buying a 600 commuter. If you want a bike that you want to ride every day and do 100 miles on every day, don't go buying a super bike, because you'll end up killing yourself and being uncomfortable. If you want a bike that you want to do a bit of touring on, you want to be able to commute on, carry some bags and have a bit of a laugh on, then go for something like this. These enduros are brilliant fun. they're just as good as like normal bikes. You can do a little bit of off-roading or go to Europe if you wanted to, but you know, they've got that little bit of sprightliness, and because of that twin, it is a little bit more kind of immediate. In other words, bikes are blooming great, and these two, if I had to make a choice, it's very tricky to be honest with you, because I think they're both very, very good at what they do. If, as I said, if I was going to have to ride a long time, commuting long distances, be the V Strom. If I wanted something to have a bit of fun on, still, if you could ride every day, but maybe not as much comfort as a V Strom, I'll go for the Transalp. That's a bit sitting on the fence, I know, but do you know what? I don't care, because they're both really good bikes and I've enjoyed riding them. Wonder what I'll get next.